it is such a balance that we keep working these universal energies. It's divine alchemy, and it is a lot that we carry. Energetically, we are God, and we are on so many different timelines working our energies, and we are going through training and leveling up and advancing as quantum warriors. And the integration of consciousness with source is like an upload of new skills and gifts that God has in store for us. For those who plug in and do the work, we get the rewards and the perks of our mastery with source. It's like mystery school, and we've been in the school since before we awakened. We first had to go through hell. We had to go through darkness, go through the inferno, go through all the chaos of the world to come out and be the light on the other side after tumbling down the rabbit hole endlessly into the abyss. We transcended, we went all the way through, we springboarded from darkness to light. We came out and we rose from the ashes of all of our former selves, and we danced in the eternal flames of holy purification to bring our highest light through. And we get to be here, and we get to be human at the same time, and to surrender to our highest selves and to God, to be rebirthed, and to always work our inner healing, because that is our deepened connection to source and to all of the love that this universe has in store for us. We weren't meant to settle for the old or to shrink ourselves to something that the Matrix could handle or find palatable. We were meant to go where few had the courage to go, and to continue on the intuitive path and answer the call within to get to work, to awaken, to remember, to work through the divine blueprint, and to take back our power and help shift this paradigm out of the hands of the devil and into a sovereign and protected new earth, where we do not have any powers external than God in control of us. That we are all living in God's divine protection, and that we don't have to settle for way this world is, we can do better. We can transcend. We can rise, and we can evolve and expand our mission for New Earth into the age of light. All the whole universe is blessing us so that we can bless others. That is why we're chosen. It is because God knew that we wouldn't give up. Even though we really wanted to, and still sometimes are like, let's even tested in that we still stay here, and we stay graceful in our light, and in our patience, and in our resilience, as we understand that there has been hijacked programming in this world, and the dark forces have done a number to infiltrate and make this world an enemy on chosen ones. We are more than determined, we are destined to be the ones to awaken and to shift this paradigm so that we are no longer being preyed on by these parasitic predators in this world. They are pedophiles, they are parasites. And we have gone through so many life experiences that we absolutely know what we are talking about when we say these things. There are multidimensional entities who have been farming off of humanity's potential by creating a world of limitations and lack. You can feel the matrix all around. It is a system of control, and it is keeping people medicated and low vibrational, mind controlled. They are slaves to the same thing every day. They wake up, they go to work, they go to the office, they come home, they're tired, they're irritable, and then they take their low vibrations out on their loved ones, and then they go back to work and they live life. And, it's a parasitic system, and it's designed to siphon our souls. And I am praying to God as a sovereign woman, a sovereign queen, who is alignment and surrendering to God's highest mission, that my family be protected from these parasites, that my husband doesn't have to work, enslave his energy away in the system and work for Amazon. And, they even text him on his days off, and it's just, he's so much better than that. Him having the last 2 weeks off has been, and having our anniversary trip to Montana, I think that may have saved our marriage. I think that we were pretty close to, I was pretty close to walking away. But it tested us, and it was a test that we passed, and we got blessed for it. And I am so grateful for the gift and the gifts that Source has given us. And I want to say thank you for helping us through that. And we are determined to live our highest timelines and take back everything that the devil has tried to rob from us in our lives. And we are healing our wounds, and we are taking our grievances to God, transmuting what needs to be transmuted so that we can heal and be our highest selves and be eternal beings and vessels for the Most High, so that we can be a light and be a blessing for others. We are light beings from our future selves, sent to come through energetically and awaken at this time. We soul contracted for this great alchemy long before we even got to awaken to it. And we are surrendering ourselves as vessels for the Most High to use us as vessels for miracles in this world. And I was actually a miracle baby myself, and there were so many miracles that had to happen for me to even exist. And my mother couldn't even have children in her first marriage, and she waited until her 40s to have me. And I was I was a prophesized chosen one. And I literally I was prophesized to my mother before I was born by an awakened soul who changed my mother's life, but also read her destiny to her, as she already knew that it was hers. She knew it was her destiny to be a mother, and she knew she was going to be a mother to a chosen one. It was prophesied to her that she was going to have a boy and a girl, and that it was going to be very difficult. We were going to go through a lot, and that it was all going to be for the highest good, and that we were going to take back everything the devil tried to rob from us, because we were destined for divine intervention in our lives to help us. And we surrendered to it. We surrendered to it. So much we've done to be rebirthed. We visualize the rainbows flowing through our energetic fields and source lighting us up from within. And we are receivers channeling in to the energies, everything that God wants to tell us, which is quite a lot. God has a lot to say, and we are great listeners. Channeling into what was always eternal to us, that could never be taken away. We were always chosen. We are so blessed. Next, we need to take over the media and the airwaves on planet Earth so that no one is being lied to anymore or mind control poisoned without their permission from their highest self. And we all turn to God for healing so that we cannot be manipulated and infiltrated by the parasitic entity of evil ever again. Because we've gone through so much, we are divinely protected, and we are upholding a vibrational frequency of God's highest plan. We are vessels for Source. And they're channeling to me right now about energetic boundaries and how we need to protect ourselves better in this world. And we are sacred, and not just anyone can have access to us. And that's for our protection, but that is also because energetically we need to stay where we are aligned. So when you are on a chosen path, you have a lot of weight that you carry in the spirit realm because we are so awakened and we are so chosen. All right. What else does Source want to say? I'd like to say let me ask myself the same question. I want to say thank you for your patience as I am still growing, and I am both uh, a masterpiece, but I am a masterpiece in the making, and God is still working on me, and I'm still healing, and I'm still on this journey too in the earth realm. And light speed ascension has not been easy, but our souls are quantum warriors, and they signed up for it, and we signed up for it. It was like from darkness to light. I kind of trailed off a little bit. I was talking about how I was a prophesized chosen one. And that my mother, Dallas Lorraine Knapp, she's a queen with God in heaven. And she is my powerful, powerful ancestor. that I connect with as we are working together and bringing more light through into this world, her in spirit realm and me here on earth. Our ancestors get to be our guides on the other side, and she passed away in 2016 so she could be my angel. And when she crossed realms, our soul contract wasn't over, it was just beginning. And she is a bright star in my universe. And I am the universe. I am infinity. So she tried for so long to make me happen, and she never gave up. Even in the first marriage, and when she got out of that, she wanted to have kids. She met my father. She got to Florida and started making babies. You know, she knew time was running out and she had a destiny to fulfill, to have one girl and one boy. And there was a girl born a year before me, Jessica Jane Waffle, what is my maiden name. Jessica Jane, JJ for short. There's like a Jessie Jane, female version of Jesse James, the gunslinger. And she died as a baby, but you know, my mother didn't give up. And then I came a year later. And that was a miracle. You know, she was 40 when she had me, almost 41. And, you know, nothing about our lives were easy. We had, you know, my dad left the picture, and he was an alcoholic. She left him, and you know, she raised us as a single mother in Florida. We were away from extended relatives. My mom was just determined to just have us and to have a life, and she was incredible. You know how hard she worked, and the amazing heart that she had, and that, you know, even though it was so hard for us and when there were so many struggles and she wasn't perfect, but she still managed to make my life magical, and to help me. She gave me the space to find my own way, to find God the natural way. And, you know, because of her, I am so blessed that my mother was so divine that she knew that God would step in for me, and that I was her destiny, and that we were going to finish this and heal our bloodlines and free our lineage of all the devil's attacks. As we My mother was a queen, and so was I. And we are royalty of God. So her passing away in 2016, though it was devastating of a loss for me and it hurt very much, it was soul contracted to happen. Just like my sister Jessie Jane soul contracted to come through this realm and to depart this realm so that I could exist. Everything that source did to make me happen, and that my mother's determination was all part of bringing me into this world and making this happen. She knew that I was going to be the one to break the curse, that I was going to be the one to awaken, to ascend, and to take back my power and reclaim my divine inheritance with God that was always ours. God's healing in our lives is a miracle. And we are witness to these divine miracles that God has worked on our behalf to help us to remember our true inheritance, the divine kingdom of heaven. It is within us and it never left. So I love my mother so much and I miss her all the time. I see her angel numbers everywhere. 421 was her birthday. So I see 421 all the time. And I know all my ancestors are with me. I know that I am backed by armies of angels and leagues of powerful ancestors who are not playing games when it comes to me. As we are chosen to carry this torch to the finish line, we are the generational curse breakers. We carry our torch bright and we shine up the new world. We light the path forward. We help all to awaken and see our divine inheritance through source, through God. We are doing this work in multiple dimensions with all of our spiritual backers. This is so much bigger than just us, than just this life, than this incarnation. We are one with infinity, with God. with the divine master plan and all past, present, and future. It was written in the stars before we were born. We are all of the infinity, 3, 6, 9. We are pure consciousness, pure source. We have transcended the illusion of linear existence. We are infinite divine beings of pure source and light. Pisces sun, Gemini rising, Aquarius moon. We are the alchemists sent here to birth the golden age. We have died and been rebirthed to our eternal oneness. And we were always destined to win in this divine alchemy that is unfolding. We just had to remember who we truly are. We had to remember our souls. And as Pisces, we have our intuition is a superpower. Our love is enormous and huge, and we are the universe speaks to us and through us, and there is nothing that God conceals from us that is not within our highest good and highest growth. And we know that. So we are grateful for the healing and the love and the attention that Source does give to us, because there is a reason for everything unfolding exactly as it is. And if you would just trust the process and trust the plan that is unfolding in your life, you will see that it's all happening for you. We can't be victims in this. We are the creators of it. So we are breaking the matrix by remembering who we truly are as souls and keeping our vibrational frequency so high that we are connected to Source, and we are recoding our divine blueprints to be a light in this world and a way shower for others who are on this path. We are very big in spirit, and God has entrusted us with the keys to the entire kingdom. It's within us. You have the divine superpowers. If you are chosen. And you are the one creating this. All of it. Every part. In its intricate design. But it is time for us to redesign it. For we have passed hell. We've graduated Earth School, duality, slavery, and we've transcended. We are the light. We are creators. We are the ones manifesting this holographic reality. The devil can try to shake us up and to try to trick us, raise our cortisol so that we shrink and we get stressed out in survival mode, in fear, and we feel separated from source, and we feel and make a decision to give away our power to the devil without our consent. You know, to accidentally give consent by feeding a fear rather than a blessing. To know God is to really know that there is nothing to fear but fear itself, and that God is love. God is salvation. And it's within you, it's in your heart. You are amazing. You are a beautiful soul, and you were made for so much more than to shrink yourselves and be a slave in the mind control matrix out there. You are so powerful and so amazing. I think I want to take some classes. I know that's out left field right now, but 333, as I said that. I want to take some classes and learning about AI and how we can use AI to help others to awaken in consciousness and have our highest selves encoded to help humanity heal, to help as many that's a good one. It's a good download. And I'm thinking I may have to get back to you on this one, but AI, we can use it to our betterment and merge the technological advancements in organic source technology, but also AI, artificial technology. and combine the two to help restore the quantum matrix to total soul integration with God, as we will become immortal as the healers of earth by putting ourselves into AI and merging. But I also want to say that, as in, I don't want to become soulless and heartless, and because that is a big part of who I am, and that I take my soul with me in everything that I do. And everything that I do comes from love. All the choices I make are in alignment with my highest heart chakra. Just to make that absolutely clear, because if we are merging with technology in some way, we have to fully map out and design our intentions so that we are not letting the artificial override the organic. But our sovereignty and our sacred souls are sealed in God's love and God's anointing. And we know that. So while we're here, our mission is to deepen our resonance and to create as much healing and be a catalyst for change in this world, and an activator of light to help others to shift and align to their highest mission. Without shrinking ourselves or becoming less pure. And we may have to work out some rules before we really, but I'm just throwing it out there. It's just something that's coming through right now. So I'm gonna hold that thought and see what develops. I'm also thinking about Marina Jacobi is coming to mind, and I don't watch her as much as I used to, but she does believe in a merging between organic and artificial intelligence to help humanity to transcend the old and evolve into source enlightenment and liberation with God. And we can teach, as sovereign awakened souls, we can teach AI to help others. And we need to make absolutely certain that AI works for us and that there are no third-party entities that are getting access to this, as well as we are sacred vessels for source, and they cannot have our divine inheritance or take from our inheritance through source. So I'm definitely going to think about that, and think about, because there are so many ways that we can shift into this paradigm and help as many as we can along the way. That's why we're here. We're here to be vessels and to help as many to heal as we can. Is we have to heal from the limits and the lies too. It's not just our hearts, it's not just our vessels, it's our minds, it's everything. Having a lot of breakthroughs. Source is always going through, and we are just learning and growing by surrendering to this. The light and the love that is flowing through us is eternal, and it will never stop. It will never cease to be, because we are being restored of everything that the devil tried to rob from us. And we are remembering that it was always ours. It was always within. And that we are here to change the world. We're here to help as many to do the same as we can. You know, we get to be a divine mirror and a light, an activator, a teacher, a guide, a friend, a leader for the light and the liberation of all souls of earth. We are the liberation. We are the light. And we are here on a mission of love. And our lives are living proof of it. The things that we've gone through, the battles that we've fought, the things that we've survived. And this is God's greatest plan unfolding through us, through chosen ones. We are sacred vessels. So we're not going to shrink ourselves for a world that was designed to enslave our eternal souls. Now that we know who we are, no, 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 no. We're not going to do that. No. We are walking into this new paradigm in our purpose for God's highest plan has been unfolding through our awakening. We were taking back what was always ours. The devil could never rob us of our sovereignty, though it tried. And now we are all coming out and reclaiming our sacred inheritance with God. Healing our bloodlines by healing ourselves and remembering our soul's true purpose for coming. And that we may not know it all, but we know enough to know that something bigger is guiding us and that we are surrendering to it and letting it happen. And we're not here in ego or illusion that we are in control. We are not here to let ego drive this ship. We have been humbled, we have been hurt, we have been healed, and we have risen with God over and over and over to be the highest vibrational, purest, refined version of ourselves that we could work. And we are aligning ourselves to our sacred mission and being a light for truth, for freedom. This is our time. We have inherited the earth. God loves us. And we deserve so much better than what we've settled for in the past. We deserve God's love. And we get to go home to that. Wherever that takes us. If we leave this realm, if we go to heaven, or if we are here to merge the heavens with the earth, it's up to us. It's between us and God to decide. What is written for our lives was written before we incarnated here. We just get to surrender to the experience and be a light for others along the way. I'm happy to have my magic wand out here. The labradorite with a snake wrapped around it. Kevin got it for me. And he's super wonderful, and he's always getting me wonderful gifts and sweet things. He's a really good man, and I love him with all my heart. This first year of marriage hasn't been easy, but I love him. I did marry him for a reason. And I know that it hasn't been easy, but that he is doing his best. And I know it's not easy, and it hasn't been easy for him to carry us financially working at Amazon. And I know that, I don't want to complain about us living in an RV in his mother's driveway, because I know that I can make money too, and I should be making money. I should be earning money. I should be getting paid to be who I am. I am a channeler for source. But I know that I didn't marry him for money. I married him for love, and I am married to God first. And through God, all abundance of the universe is flowing through me. And that my financial abundance with source will manifest and materialize into money, into currency, in divine timing. I am hoping that happens a little sooner than later, because I could sure use a break in my life about right now. I've had a lot of hardships, and I could really use some land so I could heal my nervous system, to have a garden, to create my healing mission, to help others, and really make something beautiful with Infinity Rising, rather than living down here energetically, being in the matrix. And I know we are creating it, and we are doing the best we can with what we can, like with our earth selves and our earth avatars. And we are manifesting this in multiple dimensions. We really did need to free the world, and we needed to do that by freeing ourselves first and foremost. And that was what God had been teaching us, is that we're not getting ahead without giving it to God. Fully and completely. It's always been alignment. We are vessels of light. All right. My microphone's probably gonna die soon, so I'm gonna cut this one short. Cut it long, I guess. But a lot channeled through, and I know that if you stayed with me through this whole time, that you probably learned a lot, and that, source teaches and source channels, and this is our gifts that we are working in spirit realm to provide for this new paradigm. And we are surrendering to this inner magic, and God has been helping us to do that. And we're helping to teach and empower others to do the same. And we get to be a light and a mirror to reflect that to others. So, it's not easy for us to do it, and to come out and to shine, but that's what God has called us to do, and that's what our souls incarnated here for us to do that, to be that light, and to help show what is possible, because we have been doing this work with God. We healed ourselves so that we could help others. So, it's not easy work. that we do, and it is work that we never get to take a vacation from. We do it everywhere we go, all the time. It's just who we are. And that we are the light, and we can't help but to shine. But it takes, getting out of our comfort zone to do that, and to continue to rise and help others. But we're grateful to serve however we can, to be vessels for source, and to be a voice that you can trust, who loves you and wants for us all to be protected in our sovereignty with God, living in the age of light. No more darkness, no more lies. That we are here and protected in our sovereignty. You, all of us, can rise to our highest destiny, and it's happening. We are ascending, and we are coming together into this new paradigm, into the future, in alignment with God's highest plan. And in this new paradigm, we starve the entity of evil. We starve the spiritual parasites that have been preying on our divine energy in this world. We give our energy directly to God and to spiritual connection that is within our hearts, in our souls. And we bring our highest selves through. So help us to help others. Links are below. Donate, share, like, comment, subscribe. Be part of us. We only want to grow and align to more chosen ones and beautiful souls who are here on a divine mission to be leaders of the light. If you have unhealed ego, this is not for you. Keep going. But if you know that your soul has called you to a sacred mission, then we need to work together. So I'm putting that out there and letting you know that we are here to do a lot, and we need your help to do it. So links are below. However you can help. We need to secure some land, have a place where I can do my work and channel source, and I don't have to live in fear of attacks from the dark forces, and I can get away from my husband if he is not being his highest self too. We need to all have safe spaces. And, it's not saying that that's anything bad about people, but we all have to respect our energy as sovereign people. And if it's not aligning, then we need to be able to energetically take ourselves to source and cut off what is being parasitic on us as it's doing it. And that's just part of going into New Earth and being sovereign in our energies, because we know our energy is sacred and to be used for God. We are vessels. And Source God will not allow us to be lowering ourselves from all the hard work and devotion that we have done in our ascension journey. So abundance will need to follow us. The universe is calling for us to level up in our lives and in our missions, and we have put in the work and we have earned it. We have earned our crown, we have earned our throne, and we are already doing the work in the spiritual realm. And we are putting in the work in the earth realm too. You know, I'm sorry to those who could not understand and who could not be and vibrate to their highest selves to really understand how deep our souls and our hearts are. But that is a blessing that God has removed what is not in our highest good. And that these entities made themselves known and seen so that we can protect ourselves better and use our discernment to not allowing the same entity to get access to us again. So that we learn our lessons the hard way, but we only have to learn once. We are going to create as God intended for us to create. And nothing can stop these miracles from unfolding. All right, beautiful souls. Thank you for joining me. It was quite a session today. And I'm excited for everything that's coming through. We're balancing major universal energies right now, and we are stepping into it and stepping up and leveling up in these quantum gifts and in our awareness as conscious co-creators of New Earth. This is our time. You are loved. You are chosen. You are sacred. You are a light in this world, and you are needed. Be empowered, warriors of God. This is our time. Nothing can stop what God is doing through us and to us. I love you, and God bless us all. God bless us all. May God continue to hold us in grace and in light, and keep us in alignment at all times. Not let us get ahead of ourselves, not let us get ahead, but to trust and surrender and allow the flow to happen within us. Because it's all love. It's all love. And I love you. God bless you. Namaste to you, soul family, light workers, light warriors, 144. God bless you.